The Pod Show by Beat Fact Music. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Go and hit Beat Fact Music. BEATFAKMUSIC. Hit that subscribe button. Also, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check it out. Now let's get to the show.
The Knicks got to be the stupidest damn people in the world. Like, you don't fire no good coach like that and don't have a plan. I mean, Tibbs did a hell of a job. Obviously, something's going on there, but you don't have a plan. And now the three coaches turn you down. You got to have a plan, man. And they don't have a plan now. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
And Charles Barkley is absolutely 100% correct. It's the stupidest move. And I said it on my podcast. And by the way, for all those that listened, respect, thank you, and the appreciation is at an all-time high. It was one of my most listened podcasts up to date since I started this podcast that I'm running now. And I said it. It was a dumb move. I understand if he got swept by Boston or lost 4-1 or something like that. This guy was 2 games away from the NBA Finals. He didn't lose game 1. The 5 guys on the court lost game 1. He didn't lose game 1. He put the necessary pieces on the court for that team to succeed. They should have given him 1 more year. But James Dolan, and I'm telling you, this is the James Dolan move, decide, let me see if I can go get somebody. Leon Rose, where are you to save and back up your guy? That was your coach. You picked him. What a mess. So then you go to 5 teams. You're trying to get their coaches, Jason Kidd, Ime Udoka, Chris Finch, Quinn Snyder, Billy Donovan, and who knows who else. And you got respectfully and should be rejected. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Now you want to go interview who's, and who's? You guys have clowned yourself again. You know, the funny thing is, I'm a lifetime Knicks fan. And I've seen this over and over again. You guys had everything going right. Consistently, finally, for the last 4.5, 5 years, there's been some consistency, the avoidance of embarrassment, and then you do something like this. And this is James, I'm telling you all that are listening to this podcast right now, that is James Dolan 1,000%. I could tell you that. That ain't Leon Rose. That's James Dolan that made that last move. Because you remember, they said Leon Rose has his full support. But James Dolan, we don't know yet. James Dolan, you fire him. What do you want to do now? Harold Ballard 2.0 does it again. I'm telling you, what a clown show right now in New York. You don't have a coach. You're trying to figure out what you want to do. You shouldn't have fired the man. You should have given the man another year. He didn't lose game 1. The team, the pieces he had on the court lost game 1. Like I said, this guy is coached that way from day 1 for 15 years. He's been coaching like that. Just ask Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler, who respect him, have high regard for him. I mean, at times he annoyed me, but he didn't piss me off because I knew his mentality as a basketball coach is to win. He has that mindset. He wants to win games. And then you do this, and now you're embarrassing yourself trying to get a coach. Why don't you, James Dolan, go on the court and start coaching? Because they don't seem anything's going to be right until you're gone. And I'll tell you guys right, and like I said before, Leon Rose, you're next.
Define a superstar. A person who can go on the road and sell the building.
There we go. It's a simple definition.
Simple. I'm going to see that person, right?
So you ain't talking skill on the court. That's it. You talk about
draw.
box office.
Yeah, you got to be box
Magic's in town. You're going to the game.
Yeah, a superstar got to say, man, or you running home from the office and saying, oh, I got to see him on TV, right? And that's what Larry Bird, people running home. Right, Charles Barkley, people running home. Shaq, people running home. Kobe, people running home. And then, of course, the greatest that's ever played, Michael Jordan. People going running home to see him, or they're trying their best to get into the arena to see that brother play. That's a superstar who could go on the road and sell the building out.
So that was a clip from Magic Johnson, and he's absolutely right. That is the definition of a superstar. 1,000% correct. Box office attractions will always get the draw no matter where they are. They could be playing at Rucker Park. They could be playing at Harborfront. They could be playing at Bookman Park. They could be playing in LA. They could be playing in France. They could be playing in Spain. They could be playing in Congo. They could be playing in the Fiji Islands. They will always be box office. That is a superstar. But what I will add to that too is a superstar is somebody that commands but also gains the respect of his peers and knows when it's time to pick up the lunch bag and go to work. And SGA is getting to that point. Halliburton is getting to that point. We got to celebrate these guys. Like I said, people got to stop with the old school mentality and get to reality and understand and realize that this is a new age. Like I said in my podcast about the finals, it's time to celebrate the new guys because they're here now. We can't talk about the old guys. Do I like a lot of the things these new guys are doing, especially during the regular season, wasting people's time and money? No, I don't. But this NBA Finals has given me that respect. I know the regular season is going to be stupid again with all this nonsense, but the playoffs, the guys are here. Cleveland was a perfect example of what's wrong with basketball in the NBA. Guys taking games off because they're hurt. And Indiana gave them their walking papers, which was well-deserved. If you guys think Cleveland is a team that's going to do anything, until that attitude changes and you see Donovan Mitchell sitting on the bench eating popcorn when he's healthy, nah, that's where they belong. So like I said in my previous podcast, the right two teams are in the final. You got to celebrate the SGAs, the Halliburtons, the Naismiths, the Neymarts, Miles Turner, Lou Dort, Benedict Mathurin. All of those boys, everybody on that court, TJ McConnell, Alex Caruso, Wiggins, all the guys on the court, you got to celebrate them because they are giving us a fantastic series. By the way, Oklahoma City tied it up last night, 2-2. So best out of three, best team wins. So we'll see how that goes. So it's going to be interesting where that NBA Finals. But come on, man. We got to... Superstars are being made in this NBA Finals. We got two guys who are about to get that superstar tag. And if they do get it, it's deserved. I know the media feels like they should be giving those things. Like they feel like it's their duty to give. No. Ain't your duty. The player's performance on the court in clutch moments and in critical situations will bestow them that. You know? So as long as people understand that and don't hate, this is a fantastic NBA Finals so far, and I'm very, very happy. I've watched every game. And I'll tell you guys this, I didn't watch Boston and Dallas last year. I only watched like 3 games in its entirety because I know what Luka could do. He doesn't do anything. He don't play defense. I've watched all 4 games in its entirety thus far, and I've been very, very blessed to say I've been able to watch everything, critique it in my opinion, but also understand and know that this is exactly what I've been looking for. All around basketball, multiple types of players on the court. Both coaches are using their bench. I can't ask for anything more.
I think it was the worst final I ever played. I was just making unforced errors. Like, I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, like, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy balls. Yeah, that hurts. I mean, especially when you've been playing really great tennis during the whole week. You know, you've been playing against a lot of tough opponents, Olympic champion, Iga, you know, and then you go out and you play really bad. Like, I don't know, I think if Iga would win me another day, I think she would go out today and she would get the win.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I'm here sitting here, and last time I played, no, like to Iga or anything, but I played her and I won in straight sets. So, yeah, I don't think that's a fair thing to say. Yeah, honestly, I mean, the way Irina was playing the last few weeks, she was the favorite to win. So I think she was the best person that I could have played in the final, her being number one in the world. So I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion here, it was going to be a tough match either way. It played out how it played out, and yeah, that's why I'm here today.
So that was the crybaby after losing the French Open. Coco said all the right things. She said all the right things, and I'm going to give her praise for that. She said all the right things. But I'm going to defend my young sister. I'm going to defend this young woman. I'm going to defend this young black woman in an era and a time where racism, prejudice, and disrespect is at an all-time high. If that was a white player that won, we wouldn't be talking about this and you all would be celebrating. It's facts. You guys would be celebrating that person. If that was Chris Everett, if that was Martina Navratilova, if that was Steffi Graf, Kim Clijsters, you guys would be celebrating. You guys wouldn't be saying anything. The same way you treated Venus, the same way you treated Serena, the same way you treated Naomi Osaka is the same way you're trying to treat this girl. But this girl is so intelligent, so articulate that she does everything right. She says the right things. She does the right things, and she's letting you fools know you're not going to take away my glory. And I have so much respect because I watched that last set, and it was fantastic. You could feel and you could see that she was going to win. Now for the crybaby that lost, we know why you're crying, because you lost to a good tennis player, you lost to a black woman, and you know that your peers, who some of them are racist, are going to make fun of you and make you feel low. But if you're going to educate yourself, and I'm talking about Coco's opponent that she beat in the French Open final, educate yourself and learn that this ain't all about you all. It's about everybody. Everybody, even through the racism, the disrespect, the bullshit, excuse the language, all the crap. It's for everybody. Everybody gets a decent and fair opportunity to play and win. And you lost. And you crying about, oh, I didn't play my best game. The errors. Come on, you lost. You got beat, and take your lickings. Go get ready for the Rogers Cup or WTA, whatever you want to call it, or the Davis Cup. Get ready for those. You lost. Wimbledon is coming up. Let's see what you're going to do in Wimbledon. If you lose in Wimbledon, Turrigan, you're going to say the same thing too? It's ridiculous. Like, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. I am going to defend Coco to the top, to the bottom. This young black woman who's out there doing great things for the sport of tennis, inspiring generations and generations of tennis players. And we have somebody who loses, doesn't want to give her credit because, number one, she thinks she's better. And she thinks she's better because she's white. And number three, she thinks she's better because her peers behind the scenes is telling her, don't lose to a black woman. Don't you dare lose to a black woman. That's all I have to say on that, folks. That's another edition of Quick Take. I'm signing out. As I always say, good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. Peace.